It's crunch time, FFA. We're wrapping up here. 2025. We've got 6.5, 7 weeks left to lock in that Scotland trip for you and a +1. And I know so many of you are this close to hitting it, and you're going to get to see who maybe has already hit it come next week when we drop the production numbers for you guys. We're waiting on a few more carriers to get their reports in, so hopefully we will get them today, be able to crunch some numbers over the weekend and send those production numbers out to you guys early next week, either Monday or Tuesday. Fingers crossed there, but stay on the lookout. Excited to see who hit some promotions and who hit some new record months, because I know a lot of you are on pace for that. So diving into today's call, let's talk about the verse of the day. It's let's see here. It's Psalm 118, verse 24. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. The only thing you need to be happy and joyful and fulfilled today is Him. This is His day. He created it for us. So it doesn't matter what's going on in your life. Find your joy in Him, and you will get to enjoy everything that this Friday morning has to offer. So on today's call, guys, I'm going to talk to you about a secret. All right. A secret to growing your agency, a secret to recruiting. How do you conduct an interview? All right. Now, I know some of you might look at this and maybe you're brand new. Maybe you've not even thought about building a team yet, or maybe you're a builder right now and you're heavy into the interviews. Guys, there's two aspects to this business, right? There's building your team, building your agency, and there's your personal production. And it's the agents that can do both, that are willing to do both, that get to maximize on everything this opportunity has for them, for income, deposits, fulfillment, growth. It's time to build a true business for yourself. And with every business, you have to hire. You got to learn how to hire people. You got to learn how to interview people. You got to learn who's going to be a right fit for your team and maybe who's going to be the wrong fit for it. And so by the end of today's call, you're going to be prepared, whether you're brand new or experienced, to go out there, conduct an interview, start growing that team, start turning those wheels, and start really building a legacy for yourself and for your family. So let's jump into this, guys. What's step one of conducting an interview? Let's pretend that you, maybe you don't know this person. Maybe you found them through Facebook, through social media, out in town. Maybe you're running ads, hiring ads, and you just now are getting on the phone with them to conduct this interview. There's only 3 steps to an interview. It's extremely simple, and it's something that we all overcomplicate. I remember being a brand new agent thinking about, how do I interview somebody, right? And I just learned by trial and error what works, what doesn't work, and what's going to get you the best result. And so step one, guys, the welcome step. When you get on a phone call with a potential new agent, you want to figure out who this person is that you're talking to, right? Picture like when you're working and selling a lead, the very first step is connecting, right? You spend 5 to 10 minutes chatting it up, talking about family, talking about their life, figuring out who this person is. Interviewing people is the exact same way. So some of the questions I like to ask on this step is, where are you located? Okay, I want to know what state, what location, if they're in my state, right, is this person located at? Why do I want to know that? I'm thinking of training, I'm thinking of opportunities, all of that. So I just want to get a good understanding where they're located at. You want to build that connection. So you want to be relatable, right, to them at this step. Where are they at in their life? Okay, are they married? Do they have kids? Maybe they're got grandkids. Maybe they're single, divorced, you name it, right? You want to figure out what stage of life is this potential agent at, because that's going to allow you to relate to them throughout the whole interview. Okay, so guys, picture step one of an interview of just getting to know who you're talking to, right? That's what you want. You don't want to talk business at this step. All right, the worst thing that you can do on an interview is just answer the phone and just start slamming people with boring information about insurance sales. Nobody wants to hear that, right? Give them an opportunity to talk. Everybody likes to be heard. Nobody really likes to be talked to. All right. And so figure out, who is this person? All right. And then you want to give them a little bit of an idea of who you are. All right. By bouncing back and forth and becoming relatable. So step one is just a welcome step. And it's just like a connection step inside of your sales presentation. All right. Step two, in conducting an interview, and you guys are going to notice this is extremely simple stuff. It's not complicated. There's no reason to fear it. There's no reason to worry about it, right? Very simple phone call. Step two is you want to qualify the candidate for your team. And you also want to qualify the company, us, yourself, right, for that person. Guys, this business is not for everybody, and everybody is not for your team. Okay, so you want to do very good at qualifying who you're talking to. This was a mistake that I made as a new builder because I would just hire everybody. Everybody I talked to, they were getting a shadow day in the field with me. They were getting the pre-licensing, right? And what did I learn by doing that is I hired a lot of people that I trained, coached, mentored, and they quit after a month, right? Because this business just was not for them. Commission-based sales, the grind that goes with it, the hustle, the heart, the mental toughness that you have to have is not for everybody. And so you want to qualify them through this step. All right, seems complicated, but I do it with just a few questions. How do I qualify people that I'm interviewing? The very first thing that I'll ask is, hey, what are you currently doing for work? Okay, and the way they answer this question almost always qualifies them right away for me. If they're not working, they've not worked in a long time, all right? Chances are that's a red flag. I want to, like, why is this person not working? Are they lazy? Did they get fired? What's the issue? Why are they not working? Right? You want to figure that out. If somebody is working, if they are successful, then they're going to be successful at this. Most likely, if they're successful with what they're doing currently, there's a very high probability that they're going to be successful in this. But if you're talking to somebody and they've bounced jobs back around 17 different times in the past year, and right now they've not worked in 3 months, that's probably somebody that's a red flag. Now, there's a caveat to this. All right, a stay-at-home parent, I think, is one of the hardest working jobs that a person can have. So if I'm interviewing somebody and I say, hey, what are you doing for work? And they say, hey, I'm just a stay-at-home mom right now. Hey, that's a green light for me. That tells me that mom, I know she probably has her hands full at home, and maybe she's ready to not be a stay-at-home mom and branch out into the workplace. That's one of probably the best agents that you will ever hire. Okay, so you want to structure this. But if they tell me they're not working, and it's not because they're a stay-at-home parent taking care of their family, it's because they're just a bum, interview's pretty much over, right? I'm not going to keep going with this. I want to find successful people, hardworking people, people that have a reason to get up and go out there and get after it. All right, the second question that I'm going to ask them is, what made you reach out to us, right? What made you click the ad? What made you apply to our position? What was it that interested you to freedom and faith and the insurance industry. Okay, guys, I want to hear what they say. Maybe they say, I love the branding of the company. I've been looking into insurance for a long time. X, Y, Z. I just want to know, why did they do it? Okay. If they say, well, I don't even know. I don't even remember what I clicked on. I don't know. Whatever. That tells me that person's attention span is not very good. It's probably not qualified, okay, to work with us. But if they're like, hey, I've been looking to sell insurance for a long time. Maybe they already have their license. All right. They've already worked in the industry before. I want somebody that I want someone to give me a straight answer, right? Somebody that knows what they want. Okay. My third question is, what are you looking for? All right, guys. Now, when I'm conducting this interview, we're talking back and forth, right? I'm not just pounding them with questions. All right. It's a back and forth thing, but I'm slipping these questions in to the conversation. So what are you looking for in a career? Okay. If they're working somewhere right now, I will always ask them, hey, what do you like about what you're doing? And what do you not like? Okay. Because guys, I want positive people, right? I want people that are energetic, they're excited, they're hustlers. If I say, hey, what do you like about what you're doing right now? And they say absolutely nothing. I hate my job. I hate my boss. I hate my manager. They do X, Y, and Z bad. Whatever. Red flag, not hiring that. But if they said, Ryan, I love my job. I love it. Maybe they're a nurse. I love helping people, but I never have the holidays off. I never get to spend holidays with my kids. I got to work 3 different jobs to make ends meet. I love what I do, but I just have no free time. That's somebody that I'm looking at hiring. That's somebody that I know could come into this opportunity, do very well, and actually get what they're looking for in a career, which is maybe setting their own schedule, freeing up the holidays, whatever the case is. But the key to me was that they actually enjoyed what they do. They were positive. They weren't complaining, right? I don't want complainers. If they complain where they're working at now, they're going to complain when they're working with you. I promise, it's just the way it is. All right. That's going to happen. So you want somebody to tell you what they like, what they don't like. Maybe they love XYZ, but this section's not great. Schedule's not good. Maybe they're underpaid. Maybe they're working 60 hours a week and they make no money, right? Those are the kind of people that I'm looking for. And then my last question in qualifying them is what motivates them. Okay, guys, I'm looking for somebody that's self-motivated. And if I say what motivates you and they have nothing that motivates them, they will not go to work. Guys, they're not going to have to clock in and clock out with us, right? You know that. They're running their own business. They're partnered up with us, but they got to get themselves out of their door. If they can't spit off pretty quick what motivates them, they're going to stay at home. They're not going to put in the effort, okay? But if I say, hey, what motivates you? And they're like, oh, man, I love money. I want to make money. I need to make more money for my family, whatever. Perfect. What motivates you? Hey, I really want to buy back time with my kids. Perfect. Hey, what motivates you? My family, right? Whatever it is. I don't care what it is that motivates them. Maybe they want a better growth opportunity, an uncapped income, whatever that is. I just want to figure out what it is. And I don't want to hire somebody that's not motivated. They can't tell you what they're looking for. They're just kind of blah, right? They're going to be blah when you get them licensed and trained. They're probably going to quit in a month. So this is where you find your top agent for next year, by finding the one that's the most motivated and they have a need, right, guys? They have a need for this opportunity. So those are the questions when I'm qualifying them. And the key thing here, guys, is whatever motivates them, you can then figure out, is this opportunity for them? Okay. If they're like, hey, I'm motivated by clocking in and clocking out and getting paid the same amount every single week, this is not for them, right? We're not trying to just hire just a W-2. We're trying to hire someone that's going to hustle, grind, grow, build, recruit, everything. We're looking for someone that wants to run their own business just like you do. So whatever motivates them, all right, sometimes I'll just stop here and say, hey, look, I love that. This, based off talking with you, right, this opportunity we might not be the best fit for each other. But a lot of times we are the best fit. And I tell them the opposite. Hey, based off what you're telling me, I think this is going to be the perfect opportunity for you. Okay. So step 2, guys, is just qualifying. You want to spend time with the person you're talking to so that you get a good understanding of who you're bringing on your team. All right. And then step 3, which is the very last step, is the opportunity overview. Who you are, right? Who we are as a company. What are they looking to do? Notice how this is the last step. Notice how we don't start off with this. Guys, you don't want to throw up an opportunity on somebody without first figuring out who they are, what they want, and what they're looking for, right? So this is the very last step, which is our opportunity. So after you've welcomed them, right? After you've qualified them, now it's your turn to talk. And the very first thing that you should do is share your story. All right. You are unique. God has given you a very unique story throughout your life. And I promise you, even if you don't think it's unique, somebody can relate to it. All right. People will relate to you and your story. So I always like to start this part off with just telling the person a little bit about me. They're going to want to know who they're working with. All right. And so I'll dive into my past, right? I was in the military, got married, built houses. We've got 4 kids, jumped into the insurance industry, right? And I'll just give them a very fast 2-minute overview on who I am and what my story is. All right. And then I'm going to talk about who we are as a company. Guys, people want to be able to understand who they're going to work with. And so I'll talk to them about freedom and faith, what our mission is, what our goals are as a company, how we're a faith-based company, how we put Him first in every single thing that we do. All right. I'm going to talk about who we are and what we're running for. What are our company goals? What's our mission, right? I'm going to dive into who Freedom and Faith Agency is. What do we stand for, all right, as a company? Then I'm going to talk to them about what they will be doing. So, guys, this is very, very, very important. You want to be honest with the people you're interviewing as to what this job entails. Okay. It's not an easy job. It's a simple job. It's a job that you can make more income for you and for your family than any other job that I know of, any other job that I've done, any other job that I've studied. That's what this opportunity is. But this is what you'll be doing, right? Leads, knocking on doors, making phone calls, dialing, calling people, investing in yourself, getting told no over and over and over again just to get told yes. All right, I'm going to talk to them about what they will be doing. I want them to have a realistic expectation of what this is. And then I'll also say, hey, this is how it works, right? This is what you'll be doing, but I'd love to actually show you this for just a few hours in person. Let's link up for a shadow day, really just 2-3 hours, right? Put them in the car or get them in my office if we're doing some telesales and show them the process, right? Zoom, you could do that too. So I want to show them what they're going to be doing, tell them what they're going to be doing. On this step, I want to tell them how they're going to get paid. Guys, most people have this false perception that if it's commissioned only, they don't get paid consistently. I don't know where that misconception comes up. Commission-based sales reps get paid more consistently than W-2 people do. We get paid every single day. Every single day, guys, if you're doing this business right, you should open up that bank account and you should see a deposit hit. Multiple deposits hit. You'll get to the point where you see 100 deposits hit in a day. So talk to them about how they get paid. You go out and sell Miss Betty this much of a policy, you're going to get paid this much of a commission, and this is when you'll see it hit your account. Talk to them about that process. Talk to them about the renewal commission process, right? Map out to them how this industry works with commissions, because some people will absolutely love that. That's how I was. When I saw this industry, I was like, wait a minute. If I go out and work today and sell a policy, I can get paid tomorrow. And then I can do it again the next day. I don't have to wait 2 weeks to get paid. I was like, that's perfect. I get to write my own paycheck. I'm going to get paid every single day. Right? So the thing that motivated me the most to become an agent was the concept of commission-based sales, and I get to get paid all the time. So you want to explain that. Some people will love it. Some people will be like, whoa, I don't think I could do that. I don't want to do that. Perfect. Hey, it was great talking to you. Best of luck, right? Move on to the next candidate. So talk about that process. And then lastly, guys, is just the wrapping up stage. If they're already licensed, you just talk to them about getting contracted, getting field trained, and get that scheduled. Send them the contracting request. Let's get them in WhatsApp, get them going. If they're not licensed yet, that's when you want to dive into just explaining the pre-licensing process, the test. Set that expectation. 2 weeks, right? Do the pre-licensing, get it knocked out in 2 weeks, get your license. We'll be training on week 3. By week 4, you're going to be making money, right? So have that expectation, all right? And guys, an average interview is going to take anywhere from 20 minutes to sometimes 45 minutes if you have a really good connection and that person has a lot of questions. So you want to use that outline consistently, follow those steps, and you're going to start bringing on people to your agency and to your team. And lastly, guys, it's a numbers game. If you're not talking to at least 10 potential new hires every single week, a minimum of 10, you don't want to grow that bad. So do everything in your power to make sure that along with your personal production, you've got some interviews in the pipeline, because that's what's going to take you and take your agency to the next level. So I appreciate you guys for jumping on here. To wrap this up, I want to give a big shout out to Jody for hustling all week. Jody, I see you every single night posting a sale late at night, pushing a power night. So super proud of you. Big shout out to KZ and Aaron last night for posting some AP. I know KZ went 4 presentations before she closed one, but she kept pushing in order to get that last one. So super proud of you guys. So many of you deserve a shout out on here. So hats off to the whole agency this week as you guys continue to do big things. Hopefully this helps you. Take it, go out. Let's start recruiting, start building. Hope everybody has an awesome weekend, and we'll be back here on Monday.